Well, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in this week to DoD Contract Academy. And this week we have something really special. We have Dr. Lin. Dr. Lin owns HAL Technology, and they do a variety of things that we actually haven't covered on this show before, some products, and he'll get into the technology that he's been involved in. And Dr. Lin, we chatted a little bit before the podcast. You have an amazing background and kind of a life journey as to from where you started and where you are now. Maybe I would love to just jump right in and hear about where you grew up and when you came to the States, and just going through the universities and all of that, and your doctoral programs and the company that you're in now.
Sure. Yeah. So I was I born in China and got my most of the education in China through the to the master's degree in physics. Yeah. So it is my dream to pursue the advanced degree, the PhD at the U.S. The school, and we know the U.S. has an advanced research program and the school, which provided the quality education and. So yeah, it is true. After I got the degree at 1996 from the University of Oregon in physics. Yeah, as a PhD. Okay. Yeah. So then I joined the University Illinois after Champaign as a postdoc degree. So as I mentioned, it is my dream to be the professor at that time, but I quickly soon realized, some of the language barrier so it may be permitted to be as an effective teacher. So then
I think your English is great, by the way. Just so you know.
And that's how many years passed now. Anyway, so I decided to join the industry as an opportunity I saw as I joined a company who only had about 200 people as a medium-sized company. There's never had a PhD, before. And I realized it could be my opportunity to change the way they can design the product, which is typically as a trial and error. And I thought, that's an advanced degree, so we always can apply some of the simulation, to do so those is definitely to change their eye. So I know that after I left the company the few years later. So they hired more PhD there.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's that's the journey which I started. My professional career at the industry. Yeah, and obviously, the company I joined to, I developed a lot of product for them. So which is eventually led me to realize I might be able to do by myself.
Sure.
Because I kind of you design the sensor and then to the instrument. Eventually, I feel I can do myself. Yeah. So that's a few years later. I worked through a couple of the companies through the Bay Area and the Southern California, and eventually had the opportunity see the DoD the SBIR program.
SBIR.
That's where I started to write the proposal and get the funding from the U.S. government. That's where we started our company. Yeah.
Interesting. So just to recap a little bit. So originally you're from China, and you were in school in China. I think you said master's degree program. With a dream to come out to the U.S. and you noted that the schools out here were part of the reason that you wanted to come out. And then it sounds like you landed in Oregon or Oregon, depending on how you pronounce it. And that's where you got your PhD in the States.
Right.
Did you say then Illinois?
Yeah, I went to the University of Illinois. For my postdoctor. Yeah.
Right.
Training program. Yeah. So that's a typical stepstone to if you are pursue the academic career. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And then from there, you went. You landed in Southern California. And
then I joined the company at Oregon first, which is I love the Oregon. Was beautiful state, a lot of forest, So I get back to the industry there, and eventually my professional career that migrated through the Bay Area, then keep south to the Southern California. So you do the job or whatever. Yeah. So
interesting. And I think a lot of people will resonate too with, you were working for these other companies, developing products and solutions for them.
Right.
And then you realized I could develop this myself and
That's
probably
exactly how I feel. Yeah.
have a little more control, maybe make a little bit more money. And then you discovered a program which, a lot of small businesses aren't even aware exists, which is the Small Business Innovative Research
Yeah.
Program. What attracted you to that?
I would say, if you have that, that's why I always encourage the people, pursue the advanced degree if you can, you know. And unfortunately, then two of my kids, they did not. So they got a master's degree. Then they decided to join the industry. So rather
Okay.
than continue, I always feel, younger people should be get opportunities. Go to school as much as you can if you are
Yeah.
capable, because that's a way to equip yourself as a lot of the ability. For example, self study, independent research, and those is training which is harder to come by. If you go through the PhD program. So this is where I encourage younger generation people should do that. And this is actually turns out to benefit myself, because when you have this advanced degree, has a higher training. I remember the people always thinking, oh, when I get to school, I learned this, subject, the field. Yeah, when you go to join the industry or work, and most of the knowledge do not apply, right? Do not you really, for example, let's say you started optics, like my background. So you
Right.
go to industry, you may not use that. You're started the physics, and you actually doing the engineer work. But remember, those training is essential. Eventually, will pay back when you're doing the work. So
Right.
those ability being trained, not the specific knowledge you learn. Most of the your work and experience is all you have to learn while you're doing. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I always encourage the younger people, pursue advanced degree as much as they can.
So many
So,
reasons to
yeah,
do that. I
yeah,
agree, and also
yeah,
while you're younger. I mean, and my kids are going to be approaching that age soon, where you
yeah,
try to instill in them, hey, it's going to be a lot harder to do this once you have kids of your own and a family.
yeah.
You
It
want to
is. Yeah, yeah,
you
it
want to go
is.
get that.
So those, yeah, this is definitely my personal experience. I would like to share. Yeah. So our, SBR program, it is opportunity to give you this demonstration how you become flexible to do that. So first of all, it's a credential, because you have a PhD, right? So you are automatically provides some sort of that credential which you have,
Right.
which means the technology, innovation, or anything. So those are the things. Yeah. So that's definitely the one. Yeah, I think it's a bigger benefit. And secondly, you also provide you a lot of career flexibility. So you are able to switch the field, change the subject, discipline, whatever. Yeah. So it is a lot of opportunity. Like I said, we are mentioning about my dream to be the academic, professor. I think I still can do that. So I was thinking, after I retire, I maybe
Yeah.
will go back to school to teaching.
That might be the best way, and
Yeah.
I know I always appreciate it when my professors actually had real world experience in addition
Yeah.
to an academic background. So
That's exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you have a lot more credibility. So,
Yeah.
man, so this is interesting. So you're in Southern California. So at this point, you're probably a U.S. citizen. I know you told me that you went through
Yes,
that.
I am.
And did you started your business? So you have a U.S. owned business.
Yes.
You're looking at the SBIR program. And for those listening, SBIR is a way to receive government funding to
Mm-hmm.
either modify a current technological solution for government need, or to if you have an idea or a patent or something, it's a way to receive funding that's not venture capital for a government problem set. And so it's this kind of an art form to winning these, but you own the IP. Typically, it's dual
Mm-hmm.
use. So there's a lot of benefit here for small businesses to go after this.
It
And I
is.
think what I heard here too is one reason you think that maybe you were successful initially going after some of these SBIR contracts is the fact that you do have credentials, right? You are a PhD,
Yeah.
and it does build confidence and credibility on the other side when the government's reviewing these.
Yeah. At the time when we first, apply for the SBR program. So remember, I already have the design my own product. So
Mhm.
initially, I started my own company was as a consultant. But
Okay.
as just like I said, as soon as you realize you help other company design the product, and since then you think about why do I myself? So that's where I started myself to design the product, and which I can sell. So the interest about it, before I fully engaged in my own company, I was kind of joking. I was able to sell the product by myself. That's a typical Silicon Valley, garage company. So of course I don't want to work at a garage. So I basically dedicated my one of my room at my residence, to run all my business stuff. Yeah. Garage is too hot, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let me ask you this. What was that first product? What was that first idea that you got funded?
The first product that we were actually launched to the market was actually the particle counter. Particle counter was
Tiger
pretty
counter?
common to use. Yeah, particle counter is pretty common to use a clean room as like a semiconductor clean room and pharmaceutical facility. So where they need to make sure the facility was clean enough, which is not had like a semiconductor chips as the poor yielding. If you have a high concentration of particle, you would probably short the circuit. So
Right.
the chips.
Oh, okay.
So which is
So
yeah.
particle count, not
particle
Geiger
counter.
count.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, particle counter. Yeah,
Particle counter, because I did see a variety of products here that your air particle counter was it. So it was that air particle counter was one of the initial.
Right, that's our initial product, or first, and the HBR program was coming to our mind was because we original government has this program. Obviously, they want to innovate innovative technology, and also try, for example, DoD, which were most of our contract going getting from. Is they have a specific problem or issue which they try to deal with. They wanted the small company be able to provide a solution for them. So, so I think this is a perfect marriage. So, is one was provided the funding for a small company to be able to maintain and to sustain, and also innovative and advance their technology. And in the meantime, you were able to solve the specific government's need, for the technical problem.
Right.
So this is definitely we started this HBR program was about 10 years ago. And we actually go through the several of the SBR phase 1 and the several phase 2 program. And we feel, we are able to branch out several of the core technology, as just you mentioned, like patent or other things, which is we feel we are actually leading in this field, as a company, So particle counter has several bigger corporation, and the HAL Technology probably considered as one of the small fish there. And however, we are actually proud of, we actually have several key technology. We probably more advanced than a lot of the other company which they have a product offer on the market. So we are looking at it could be the next generation of the solution. And one of the example we did for the U.S. Navy. And this is we are actually designed a fiber optic sensor for the engine. So original target was the F-35. So that's most of the advanced U.S. aircraft. So those is for those sensor was aimed to be provided the safety and early warning for any like a dust injection of the engine to make the engine pre-fail. So this is the technology we feel we're proud of that we're doing, and then now the technology actually in the put on the engine test right now.
Oh, good. That's awesome. So it sounds like it's moving forward. And is there a commercial interest in what you've also developed for the government? Is there a way to sell it commercially?
It is, the most of the HBR program which we engage or pursue, we're looking at was dual use. Is government also encourage the dual use purpose. It's not only for the military as well as civilian or industrial application. So it is dual use purposes. So we do benefit from that. And one of the example was we recently bid on the government contract. So which would be the test the oil, machining, oil, cleanings, because the power. A lot of the machining things, you use a lubricant, or oil. If those things get dirty, they will greatly decrease of the efficiency and also detrimental for the machine, right?
Sure.
So we are had an opportunity. We probably also beating the government on those contracts. Those will be the commercial contract. So no longer the SBIR, the level. So this is, you can see as a company we grow over the years. We acquire some of the key advanced technology. At the meantime, we are able to gradually increase our capacity or depth of the offering to the government. Yeah. So we are getting into the stage where we're bidding on some commercial contract.
Well, that's great. That's great. And you were able to utilize the funding to help develop some of the technological solutions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you've also been able to utilize that program to make a lot of contacts within the government and in the military that people could see the benefit of your technology and how it's used. And what I really like about this is it helps create both a government and commercial line of funding. And a lot of times a company may start off in one area and answer a SBIR or an SBIR, and the government find that the government need is something they weren't really, an angle they weren't really thinking about, and also see that also commercially they're interested in the same thing. So it's really a great way to develop past, what your initial thoughts were, your initial product offerings were.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. Definitely. That's a good point. That another point of the SBIR funding was provided a lot of business, particularly the small business within the niche market. So if your company was let's say you're in the IT, let's say in the just like a Google or any other those the company who has a mass market. So investors going to chase you down, right?
Right.
So you will be able to really easy to get the funding through the private equity or venture capital. Yeah. But SBIR provided the opportunity for those people who are just company like us, which you are in the niche market. For example, the clean facility of those products, it's not really big, right? It's not a massive product, the market. So when you're talking to the a private investor or venture capital, then mostly you don't get that opportunity to get invested. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even your technology is really advanced. It sounds like a really interesting, very good stuff. Yeah. But again, the market is that big, so the investor typically will shy away. So SBIR program does provide you an opportunity to grow your business of course, in the slower pace, not the bigger pace. And you get your food setting down. So that's definitely we really benefit from this path. Yeah.
No, that's great. So Dr. Lin, for the small businesses out there that in the entrepreneurs and technology developers that are interested in SBIR, aside from having credentials like maybe a PhD on the team, is there anything you've learned that in the bidding process that you think that would help them? Any strategies or tactics that a company could use to improve their chances of winning an SBIR contract?
I think each company to write the proposal or bid on the the SBIR topics or whatever things, it might have their own unique way. Yeah. Again, it's really in the eye of the reviewer and contract officer, how they look at your unique offering. Yeah. But I think the key for us to winning, I think you do have the innovative idea. That's number one. And the number two is you do have the credential, just like you said, your background was suitable to accomplish the work with your proposal, So those is key, I think. Do it. Yeah. My personal feel, I was proud of the, like I said, I used to be a top student through my entire academic career. I was proud of I was not just a technical guy. And this is some advice for people know how to write in the proposal. So you need to have a good writing capability. This is something I actually pretty good about. Yeah.
This is the second time I've heard this from a company that's been successful. It was from an engineer who also knew how to write. And
learn how to write.
And what he was saying is his big critique too. He was a professor.
Yeah.
And he basically said, "Look,
it is it's very important. How do you convey your idea clearly to the audience? You know what I mean? That's very important. So I think the writing skill is important. A lot of the technical people oversee the oversight on this problem. Yeah. So I think it is important. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and we're seeing that a lot. So if you're technical people that also have the ability to write
Yeah.
is very important. It's something you should try to develop if you don't
Yeah.
have it right now.
Yeah.
And I will also say, just kind of working as a consulting, running a consulting business that works with other companies, even if you go hire somebody to write the proposals for you, you
Yeah.
still need to be extremely involved in that process because no one understands the technology
Absolutely. Yeah.
like you do.
It
So
is.
the technical person that knows the most about it is going to have to be involved in really conveying the thought. So
Mhm.
no, that is interesting and it's great advice. What about challenges? Are there challenges and obstacles to the process that you're seeing? Is there anything that you think we'd talk about
The
there?
challenge, yeah, the challenge we see was, yeah, a lot of the HBR company probably have a difficulty to grow to the next phase. And the next phase means, yeah, when you design the specific solution or develop a specific technology solution for the U.S. government, for example, DoD, whatever things, how those things eventually become the product, and then you'll be able to sell. So because this is that's called the phase three. Typically, it's called the phase three or commercial stage.
Right.
That's always difficult. Yeah. So I think you just have to keep trying, and you have to be different way to innovation to the market. I think that's something it's something you need to do. And HAL Technology is slightly different from the most of the HBR company, which we always proud of it because we already have a product. So we already engage in the commercial space, which is sell the product. And
Right.
our problem is how we actually try to scale up. So that's the problem. So it's not about whether we can offer the product, whether we deliver to customer. It's not a problem for us. It's how we actually can grow the market space. For example, taking the market share from a bigger player. So those
Gotcha.
are the things which we are right now we're trying to deal with. Yeah.
Okay,
So
interesting. And that again, that kind of I've heard this from some successful businesses that have
mhm.
really learned how to navigate the process. And what you're referring to is also called the Valley of Death, where you receive R&D funding,
Yeah,
tongue in cheek from a lot of companies involved in
yeah,
this, but you
yeah,
develop the solution, and then the government requirement hasn't necessarily caught up with the technology that exists. So now it's trying to find those bigger contracts. And I think you just have said this yourself. Some people that have successfully navigated this have suggested, since you are developing a dual use technology, and you yourself said you have a product or solution, right? So you
right.
had that. What they're saying is, hey, use the government funding to develop the solution that they're looking for, but also develop the commercial sales pipeline and use that commercial sales. You might need to pivot and spend some time commercially selling your product until the government can catch up to where the technology is. Would you say
Yeah.
you agree with that?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, it is. So really a lot of company was probably leave the ASPR program, they would have the do or die situation.
Right.
And our case was it's not the do or die situation. We were probably more just like I mentioned, it's about a scale up. So how actually can convert to the bigger the market. So that's the one we actually face the challenge. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. I mean, it sounds like good challenges to have for you
Yeah.
right now. Well, what's next for your business and for you personally, as far as selling to the government and moving forward? We know you might retire and become a professor at some point.
Oh well, that's definitely good question. Yeah. So in my mind is by the way, yeah, I had the MBA, so is the while I'm doing the professional work was so I got my MBA. What do we learn from the business program is for the business you typically have a two destination. So one destination is typically people know you went to the public, right? So you get IPO, then that's all one destination. Another destination was people typically didn't realize it's always actually the most common way to do that is that's also called the exit strategy. So it's typically through the merger acquisition. So if, for example, you sold your business to someone else and your business product line would be fitting into the bigger corporation of the other portfolio of the product. You know what I mean? So those is basically is the I would say more common as the exits, the path.
Okay.
So obviously you can, as myself too, you would always think about it. Yeah, you're not going to work until you're die, right? So at a certain point, just like you mentioned, you're going to be retired.
Right.
So how you pass the torch? How are you going to be pass the business to the another business or another owner? So those are the things you always think about it. So like I said, right now we do have because we already have several core technology which is generate a lot of interest from the other company, which is pursue us as a merger acquisition target. Yeah,
sure.
It is great to have this situation, but in the meantime, so you do want your business to grow to the certain point, which you become more valuable. So that's where. So when you think about say sales, it's always think about what is the value of your company. So that's where we are right now working on. So try to grow our company, make our company more valuable. Yeah.
That's great, and it's not something we talk about very often on the program, which is not only exit strategy, but I know from personal experience that venture capital, that companies that are investing or looking to buy other businesses, and thinking about your own company, one of the best ways to increase the value of your company is by obtaining government contracts. And I know that those are viewed as very stable and they're typically lucrative. It also could mean recurring revenue. Right. What are your thoughts on that? Would you agree with that statement? Or
I agree with that, but I probably say now we are once we got our foot was set, just like we already have formed several core technology under the SBIR funding. So it's a time for us to maybe say we needed to gradually get away from that funding, because you rely on this recurring business. It might the downside is you actually limit yourself's growth, because for example, in the past 10 years, we put more effort on the government funding contract, effort, but we also, I would say, we put less effort on our marketing, sales effort. So then you can see that as your business would be more staggering. Right. You do not grow at the pace you want to be. So the faster growth, I think, is still need to sell. Go through your sales, go through your commercial effort. So that's the way you feel. Yeah, that's the tension or effort, or it's in the future we're going to be move on. Yeah.
Okay, no, that is really interesting. Dr. Lin, thank you for coming on the program today. Maybe in parting, if you had some advice for a small business that was just getting started, what would you advise them to do if they're looking at government contracting?
Well, I think it is a great way to pursue. So I would definitely encourage a lot of companies to take this opportunity, particularly SBIR program. It is aimed to help the small business. Yeah. So you want to take advantage of this opportunity. Yeah. And so that's definitely the way to go. And again, in the meantime, you always don't forget about the idea of the business. Yeah, it's businesses to make money, right? That's I remember that I went to the first class of the MBA program. It was asking you, what is business purpose? Yeah, a lot of students was shocked. What does that mean? So it turns out it's a simple answer: is make money.
Yeah, you got to make money.
Exactly. Yeah.
No question.
Go off the business. Yeah.
Okay, great. And if somebody wants to reach out for you, whether it's another business, somebody from the government, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Yeah, you can reach typically you can go through the LinkedIn. I think that's the best way. You can find us from the HAL Technology. Yeah, my name is Hailin. I'm the president of the HAL Technology.
Okay, great. And I know the website is haltechnologies.com, and I know we can reach you on LinkedIn as well, and I'll put those in the show notes. Well, again, Dr. Lin, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. I know this is going to resonate with the audience.
Yeah, I hope it helps everybody. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a time here.
Take care now. Thanks again.
Yeah, take care. Yeah. Bye-bye.